design, and then I threw down with the concrete and the paint and the glass.
It's a lot of open space in the middle for DMOs and things like that, which will be really fun. And then there's upper tiered kind of parks and walkways that are before you get to that Crystal Plaza. So there'll be a lot of amazing skate lines, I'm sure, that people will do. I mean, because it's not just from one flat level. It's like you're coming off of all kinds of different heights and things into it. And so it'll be a real street skaters paradise area.
But the fun of skating really comes from how we construct and design and build the environment, so that where we place the benches and where we place the handrails and where we put the stairs all makes skateboarding fun.
Okay, review time now, and Jerry McLaughlin's busy washing his hair and clipping his toenails this week, so here with Bioshock 2 is Harold Rayner, Yorkshire Gamer.
One of the most eagerly anticipated sequels of the year, and it's only February. Although, I suppose this game was slated for the end of last year, but either due to the massive shadow of a certain franchise which I'm sick of talking about, and perhaps the fact that they wanted to take more time to make sure that the sequel to 2007's Game of the Year would live up to its predecessor. More like clip3 though. So, we rejoin watery Art Deco world of Rapture, 10 years after original, with City now beginning to be reclaimed by its sea and its plant life. Rapture has now taken on an even more oppressive tone than original, with its icy shades of blue, punctuated by the echoing drips of leaky walls. The developer has definitely lost its ability to create a sense of atmosphere and foreboding. Unfortunately, this game don't have the same impact that Thurston did. Nothing really that different jumps out that you hadn't played before. In this game, you're supposed to be one of the original Big Daddies, known as Subject Delta, who, despite being enhanced in the same way as other, retains his sense of free will, with your task to find a little sister to which you've been bonded, who's been kidnapped. With the first Big Daddy being one of the most fearsome and powerful enemies at first game, you would have hoped that the feeling of power would be transferred into this game, but alas, the game feels and plays much like the original. That's not necessarily a bad thing though. The original game wasn't Game of the Year for note. The storyline and voice acting is still as rich and as involving as ever, with the player constantly facing choices and moral dilemmas that will affect both the ease and outcome of the game. The combat from the first game has been refined, with the player now being able to wield both plasmids and weapons simultaneously, and the enemies are still as aggressive as ever, with battles always frantic and exciting,